Hello students, your topic for today is Doctrine of Basic Structure. So the doctrine of basic structure is nowhere expressed or mentioned in the Constitution of India. So we will understand why are we limiting the powers of the parliament with a reason which is even not mentioned in the Constitution. So Justice Khanna provided that power in Article 368 of amend is not of nature of arbitrary but it is limited. So, Article 368 states that power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution. Here, the word amend gives birth to the doctrine of basic structure. The word amend itself expresses that the Parliament can amend the Constitution, but it cannot change its ideals and philosophy, or briefly say, you can say the structure. So the doctrine of basic structure says that first, the parliament's unlimited power to amend the constitution is subject to only one restriction, that is, it should not dilute or violate the basic structure of the constitution, and second, or it should not affect the amendment should not be abrogating or disturbing in nature towards the basic structure. Now, the doctrine of basic structure, though is not exactly defined, but through its contents, which have been provided by the judicator, clarifies a scope defining the frame or the structure of the Constitution. From time to time, basic structure is enhanced with some new contents, and hence the Supreme Court is yet to define the exact basic structure of the Constitution. First, supremacy of the Constitution. Second, rule of law. Third, sovereignty, liberty, and republic nature of Indian polity. Fourth, judicial review. Fifth, harmony and balance between fundamental rights and directive principles. Sixth, separation of power. Seventh, federal character. Eighth, parliamentary system. Ninth, rule of equality. Tenth, unity and integrity of the nation. 11, free and fair elections. 12th, power of the Supreme Court under Article 32, 136, 142, and 147. Then power of the High Court under Article 226 and 227. Limited power of Parliament to amend the Constitution. Welfare state, and last, freedom and dignity of an individual. Now the evolution, let's discuss the evolution of doctrine of basic structure. So the development history of the doctrine of basic structure can be divided into four stages. The first stage is about the Sankari Prasad judgment, ending with the IC Golaknath judgment. Initially, judiciary was of the view that the amendment power of the parliament is unrestrictable because it can amend any part of the constitution, even also article 368, which provides the power to amend to the parliament. But in 1967, Golaknath versus State of Punjab, the Supreme Court adopted a new vision to see the powers of the parliament, that it cannot amend the part 3 of the constitution, that is fundamental rights, and thus awarded fundamental rights as a transcendental position. So the basic features principles was first expounded in 1953 by Justice J.R. Madhulkar in his dissent in the case of Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan. He wrote, "It is also a matter for consideration whether making a change in a basic feature of the Constitution can be regarded merely as an amendment, or would it be, in fact, rewriting a part of the Constitution, and if the latter, would it be within the purview of Article 368. Now, the second stage, that was the main stage, starting with the post Golaknath scenario and ending with Keshwanda Bharti case judgment. In 1973, Keshwanda Bharti versus State of India state of Kerala gave birth to the landmark judgment which pronounced that the parliaments cannot alter or disturb the basic structure of the constitution. It was held that, however, the parliament has unfettered power to amend the constitution, but it cannot disturb or emasculate the basic structure or fundamental features of the constitution, as it only the power of the amendment and not of rewriting constitution. So now in the third stage, starting with the post Keshwanda Bharti case and ending with the Indira Gandhi case, although the doctrine of basic structure was given in Keshwanda Bharti case, but it got widespread acceptance and legitimacy due subsequent cases and judgments. The main evaluation of this doctrine started at the emergency period imposed by then powerful PM Indira Gandhi. 39th Amendment was passed by the government in order to suppress her prosecution, which also extracted the elections of Prime Minister from the purview of judicial review. However, in the case of Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan, the 39th Amendment Act was quashed down with the help of doctrine of basic structure. The fourth stage, that is the judgment of Minra Mill case and Vaman Rao case. In the Minra Mill case, the Supreme Court provided key clarifications on interpretation of basic structure doctrine. Under the limited power of Parliament to amend the Constitution, two important factors were added. First, to keep harmony and balance between rights and directive principles. Second, judicial review. That's all. Thank you.